You want to show up for your business, but there are so many information out there that make you confused, overwhelmed, and also get on that comparison trap where you see everybody saying, do this works, and you get overwhelming, not knowing what to do and what to try, and you go on that spiral wheel on trying what others do and even get more frustrated. Have you ever felt like this? Bon dia, good morning, beauties. Welcome to another Nature's Nurture. Let me show you where I am today. Let's see if it doesn't rain more. It was raining a lot about half an hour ago. So let's dive in on today's theme. Comparison trap, right? Ever felt like that? Not knowing what to do because all people, now it's video, now you need to do carousels if you are on IG, now you need to build YouTube channel, now you need to build a community on Facebook. Now many people are running away from Facebook because from Facebook communities and groups and creating in outside platforms because Facebook is making things hard, they say. So many things, right? Podcasting and so on. It gets tired, right? But business is not meant to be easy because it's on the hardship that we evolve. But it's also important, mostly when we are solopreneurs, it's also important to understand our vision of success, our path, and understand what are the things we may do and what we want to do that align with our vision, with our values. And many times people don't look to the inside of themselves and of their business and get on that trap of comparison and seeing what others do. And many times what happens is that we tend to compare to those shiny balls, and those shiny balls many times come from those people that are 10 or 20 steps ahead of us. They are in business for over 10 years, 20 years, and so many things. So we compare on their higher self. We don't compare with their beginning. So if we want to compare with someone, that we shouldn't, but if we want to compare, go back to the stage where they were at the same level as you. Let me tell you a story. In Portugal, from time to time, we are hit by Sahara desert sands, and normally it gets all kind of foggy. Sometimes it seems that there's a fire somewhere. It's all foggy and a kind of orange color. And this weekend we were hit again by sands, but probably it was during the night because the cars were all muddy. Yes, it seemed that it rained mud. During the weekend I had an intensive weekend with my mentor, another intensive weekend, and yesterday I think it's slower, the rain is slower, and yesterday we had a break, about 1 hour a break, and I was seated on my chairs for so many hours that I decided to use that break to go and walk in the neighborhood. And I decided to also go to the supermarket because I was in need of my chocolate, I confess. And when I was going to the supermarket, near the supermarket, we have a car wash thing that people can go there. They wash the cars. And yesterday there were so many cars in line waiting to wash the cars, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. Were they wrong? No, it was aligned. I think it was aligned with their ideals, their values. But according to my values, that's not a priority. The time I take to wash the car, I don't wash that often. Clean inside, yes, it needs to be clean, but the outside, I don't bother with what others think about it. I don't wash it that often because for me it's not sustainable for me, and it's not sustainable for the planet. The time I'm there, I can do other things. I can be working on my business, I can be with the kids, and normally when I go and wash the car, I do something with the kids. And also, it takes so much water, so much clean water to wash the cars. I don't know how many liters of water it takes to wash a car, but there's plenty. And for me, knowing that there are so many people that don't have access to clean water, it's a privilege for us. And I embrace and honor the privilege I have, not only to have clean water to wash my car, that is not a priority for me, but also to have the money to pay for it, right? So it's a privilege. But for me, it's not sustainable. So for me, it's not aligned with my values. And I know that the rain is washing most of it. Yes, that's great. It's good. I know there are people that are washing the car because they care what others say. And I know that because I have relatives near me who do that. So yes, yesterday on that washing car line, I know there were people doing just because. And what I want to say with this story is it's important for you to understand what you want to do, what are your values, the values you want to bring to you, to your business, and do things in alignment, because there are so many people saying so many things nowadays, and me also. I say that it's important for you to show up, so you establish a personal brand and boost your business, right? But if this is not what you want to do, it's okay. You are not my ideal client. Okay, go find the people that can help you. It's just like that. But if you are inside the show up community, I believe you are trying to work to overcome the blocks that are holding you and want to improve that. It's important for you to understand what are the things you want to do in alignment with your values, with your beliefs. And it's also important to understand that there's no evolution without facing our fears. If you want to go through a path, you need to be aware with the blocks you will find in the road. We have a poet in Portugal that he has a quote, a very known quote, that is: pedras no meu caminho, vou guardá-las todas, dia vou construir o meu castelo. Translating to English, it's from Fernando Pessoa. Translating to English is: blocks or stones in my road. I will collect them all. Someday I will build my castle. That's empowering, right? Inspirational, aspirational even. So beautiful. So yes, it's important to understand what are your blocks in the road, the stones in the road, in your path, and collect them. To collect them is embracing, not run of it, embracing and find ways to overcome. It will make you stronger. I faced severe anxiety to take pictures for over 10 years, and it took that time because I was running from it. I was avoiding events where I knew I would take pictures. When the time would come, it was a massive stress, lots of anxiety. I would end up to cry. Until one day I decided I would not be a victim anymore. And I started to work on myself and understand the blocks on my way. Now I'm here with you. Now I'm doing lives. About 10 years ago, if you tell me I would make lives, if you tell me that I would be guest speaking in podcasts, in other people's containers and other people's YouTube channels, other people's summits, and so much more, I would not believe that. But now looking back, I'm very pleased that I done that. And why am I doing this rubric in the show up community? Why am I doing this? I'm doing things differently because I'm in alignment with my values. I love nature. I need to be in connection with nature. This is a way for me to kind of obligate myself to connect. If I was not committed to do these lives, to share wisdom with you, I would probably not ground myself in nature today. And I can tell you that in the morning I didn't dress priorly. It was raining a lot. I thought it will be terrible for the sound and the experience to record the nature's nurture, and I dressed some jeans. But then I was dressing the normal clothes, and then I thought, no, what are you doing? If you cannot do like that, you go and find a shelter or you record inside the car, but you will go there and see how it is, and then you decide what to do. Don't judge without knowing. We need to work on our mindset daily, hourly even, because the brain is always putting us on the comfort side. And yes, I'm switching a little bit. So let's back. I'm doing this because it's in alignment with my values, and also because I wanted to bring this rubric to dive in the mindset and dive in our own nature. It's so in alignment, nature and our nature. I believe this is the perfect spot. I know it's not perfect, but I also want to show you that it needs to evolve, not to be perfect. It won't never be perfect, but it needs to be in alignment. And you need to honor what you want to do. And I can give you another example. This weekend on my mentor's building, it was not on her apartment, it was on her building. She ran out of electricity twice, and on the second time she told, okay, wait about 1 hour and I go to an hotel and I will keep up with the training from a hotel. Do you know what this made? Many people would probably say, okay, we need to reschedule, right? But we all there, the mentees, we all there felt so respected, so honored for her looking for solutions. and not blocking herself with the problem she couldn't handle, right? Many times we want to control everything, but there are so many things we cannot control, and we need to look for solutions for what we can control. And at that moment, for her, what she could control was okay, I have money to pay for to go to an hotel, and I will do the training there. And she kept with her values. And why am I in so alignment with her? Because we have plenty of the same values. So yes, do things in alignment and understand what are the things you love. And this also goes to how you dress yourself. The Personal Style Brand Fusion 15-day program is coming up, and it's about finding your signature style, the ones that speaks your essence, not the one you think you are supposed to have just because X and Y in your industry have, just because you were told that you will be taken as professional, you will have more authority. It's not true, I can tell you. And most of the mentors I have been working with are very in alignment with do perfectly and perfect, right? You need to find the things that are in alignment with your values. Yes, I was saying about you dressing yourself. Yes, it needs to also be in alignment with your values. Many times we know what we don't want. All my life I knew what I didn't want because I had examples, and even when I didn't quite knew what my values were, I experienced things, I saw things that I felt, I don't want that for me. I don't want that in my life. I don't want that person in my life. I don't want those kind of experience, behaviors in my life. But many times we don't think about what we want. It's easier to see what's there and we don't want to follow it. And many times we don't have examples of the things that can inspire us or light our mind to pursue it and to think, I want that. Or many times we think we are not able to achieve that. Because if you were telling me about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, that I would be making lives, that I would be guest speaking with other people, amazing people, that I would be connecting with strangers, right? Because I'm also a shy person, not only an introvert. Although I'm a social introvert, I'm a shy woman, and normally I wait for the others to take the action. But I'm working also on switching that. It's all about enlarging our comfort zone. I didn't start from nowhere making lives. I didn't start from knowing pitching to people to be their guests, but it was a step by step, was a compounding effect. And now, glad I did, now it's starting to happen other thing. Instead of me reaching other people to be their guest speakers, I'm starting to have people coming to me, asking me for be their guest speaker. That's great, right? That's quite amazing. And it's because I put myself out there. So linked with showing up, linked with business, linked with dressing yourself. There are plenty of trends out there. It's not too good to do them. I don't know. You tell me. Are they aligned with your values? I'm not against with trends. I'm against to use trends without discernment, because even in clothing there was a time that I was against trends, but trends are cycle. They have an upgrade, a 2.0 version, they come back. And I remember so much when the trend came, the color of the year was orange, and I loved orange, but I was seeing everyone with orange, and I never wanted to do what others are doing just because others are doing. That year I stopped using orange because I saw all the people wearing orange. Was that good? No. I was not honoring my values, the things I liked. I let others define what I would do, right? I switched my behavior because of others, because I don't wanted to be seen as the others. And it was good to follow the trend, because I was not following the trend, right? If I kept wearing orange, I was not following the trend. The trend was part of me. I was not part of the trend. So yes, you can do what others are doing, because it's a waste of time and energy building the wheel from scratch, right? There are so many evidence, there are so many people that already opened, let me show you, opened the path. Why should I go here, right? Why should I go here, pass through here? It will be more complicated. There are people that already opened the path for me, and now I can decide if I go left or right. Normally I go there, so today I go here. So yes, why many times we want to reinvent the wheel, like I was doing with not wearing orange. This is a mistake also. You can embrace what others do. You can embrace trends, but in a way that is meaningful, in a way that is aligned with your goals, with your values. Don't follow them just because everyone is doing and they are doing just because. I can tell you something I made and didn't work well. When I started this new business, I started with Instagram, and I was trying reels, and if you go back there, probably you don't see, because then I needed to start a new account, and most of the mistakes I made with reels are in other accounts. One mistake I made, it was following the advice people give, and still nowadays people give this advice that you need to put a music that is trendy so more people see your reel. Okay, I made that, and I got some reels viral, and many people were saving the reel, but I was attracting so many, plenty of people that were not my ideal client. People that didn't even have a business. People, many teenagers even. I don't work with teenagers. And why were they saving my reel? Because of the music. They wanted to use the music later. So instead of saving the music, they were saving my reel. But what happened was they were giving the algorithm information that they liked my reel, and the algorithm was showing my reel to more people that looked like them. So when 1-2 teenagers came and saved my reel, because the interaction was not much more than that saving. So I understood it was because of the music and not because of the content itself. It didn't have the quality or interest for them, what I was doing in the reel or saying. So yes, you can use trends, you can use what others are doing, but you need to understand if it will work for you or if it's working for you. And with clothing also, when you find your signature style, you can embrace trends, because trends are cycle. They will come again. I love bootcut jeans, and from time to time it's very difficult to find them, because they are not trendy. But I know a place I can always buy at least for the last 20 years they have that model, and I always buy the same model. So for you to have your signature style, it doesn't mean that now you are going to buy everything. No, you will buy in alignment with what you like, what you value, and it will speak you. It will speak your essence. And it's so funny nowadays, with all these years in fashion industry. It was 18 years in the fashion industry in several areas, but 18 years all summed up. And it's very funny when I see women online or offline. I see women and I see how they dress themselves. Just from the clothes, I can have an idea of their personality. And it's funny also how we judge people according to that. And I can tell you, last year, here in Portugal, we have, in Portugal, in Europe, you have Eurovision. On Eurovision Portugal last year, one of the judge is a singer. I didn't know her, and they were talking very much about her, and I was, who is she? And she was dressing in a way that I thought, oh, it's a pop girl, something like that. But I went to look up to see what she sings, and I was, oh my gosh, I was judging. We judge. Even when we don't want, we judge. So she is a fado singer. And if you know, normally the fado singers, they dress very classic, very formal, with a suit, very classic suit, classic, elegant, some more restrictive to give that distance. And she was very sexy, with a crop top, leathers, even the way she styled the hair. When I saw her, I immediately thought she was a pop singer. When I heard what she sings, I was, oh my gosh, I was judging again, right? So you don't need to do what others do to have success, and she's a proof of that. Another example came from nowhere. She's another proof of that. She broke the rules about how to dress as a fado singer. If you don't know fado is a specific kind of singing from Portugal. And depending on the region of Portugal, it's different. Here in Coimbra we have fado. It's more called canção de Coimbra, which means song of Coimbra. It's a kind of fado chanted by or singed by university students normally, and until some years ago only by men students. Now we are breaking the rules and women are taking their space, and I'm also very proud of that. But yes, it's very melodramatic, very deep, and like that. Today I wanted to share this with you. So let's recap. Dive deep in your values, in your what you like, what you dislike. Normally we understand what we don't want, but it's important to understand what we want. So when comparison and trends and others say you need to do this way, it's not that it doesn't work. It may not work for you because you have different values You have different way of operate also. It's very important to know how you operate. Understand your values, go deep on yourself and understand what you want to do. Don't do things just because it's a trend or someone is telling you, but you can do either way if it's in alignment with what you are, who you are, and what you want to do, what you want to become. Always think about your future self, because the actions you are doing today is for your future self to celebrate. Also remember that this is not to be easy, this is to be challenging, for you to improve, for you to overcome, for you to evolve. Embrace the blocks on your way, be curious about what's happening and look for solutions. Focus on the solution and not on the problem. Focus on what you can control and not on what you cannot control. Remember that evolution comes from facing our fears. If you want to understand, to unveil, to discover your signature style, I will leave a link below for you to join the waitlist. For who will be in the waitlist, you will keep the 37 euros value. It will be launched with another price, but for those who will be on the waitlist is 37 euros. It's a 15-day program for you to unveil yourself, for you to overcome blocks and finally understand what works to speak yourself, dressing yourself in a way that speaks you and not that is made just because you feel you should. So yes, happy week. See you next Monday. And you, my YouTube friend who is watching this Nature's Nurtures on replay on YouTube, you are so very welcome to join us in the Facebook community, the Show Up community. Be very welcome. The link is below.